Ba, 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 ba. Bum, ba-rum, bum, ba. Galorp. All right. Hey there, Internet. My name is Jack Packard. Welcome to Adventure is Nigh Side Quest Season 2, The Cabin That Calls. I am your game master, and I am here with Amy Campbell.
Hello, and I play Dabarella Yeatstar.
Jesse Galena.
Ooh, that's me, and I play Grinderbin.
And Jamate.
Hello, it me, and I play Susan Shearfist, or the ghost of.
Ooh, there we go. More importantly, you play the ghost of Susan Shearfist. Last time on Side Quest, our three characters met up finally over at Sweet Lipton's gravesite. They fought a terrible ghostly figure who wanted nothing but to die with honor, and I believe they ended up dying by being hit with a spoon, so very much less than honor. You all decided to work together. Susan owes a little bit of a debt to Dabarella and Grinderbin for helping Susan win that battle, while Grinderbin and Dabarella head possibly slightly subconsciously to the cabin that calls. As you made your way down the countryside, you finally found one of the only remaining bridges left in the Southlands, only to be stopped by a couple rude dudes. That's right, you just met up with the Catholics. Pimpernel's most fearsome gang have seemingly taken over this bridge site.
Well, Sigmar is just going to be so excited to hear the exploits of the battle with the Catholics.
As everyone is walking out, Sigmar goes up to the tour guide and says, "Tell me more about the Catholics."
Okay, so here you are on the bridge. Right when we left off, these two priest-looking individuals were asking you for some tithes. We're asking you for some money, and so this one here is going to come up to you.
Dabarella and Grinderbin wouldn't have, we would have left most of our money there, right? At our nightclub.
What I can say is because the group hasn't decided on it, you have done nothing with your hoard of platinum, but my guess is you have money. Yeah, you have a decent amount of money with you.
So I'm not carrying 450 pounds of solid platinum on me at the moment.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm hoping at least you left that at the nightclub.
Yeah, because you would have,
so.
right? Because
Absolutely.
you'd leave the platinum, but you wouldn't have just had the conversation and left in your pajamas with nothing.
Mm-hmm. Right. You would bring, this wasn't a sleepwalking kind of compulsion. This was a stay safe, but keep it secret and get to the cabin kind of thing. And that means you're going to bring along your weapons. Yeah. You're going to bring along some spending cash. And so this priest-looking guy comes up to you and goes, "Oh, hey there. How's it going? All right. You want to cross the bridge? We're going to need some moolah, some sweet cashiolas from y'all."
Look around for any sort of official signage or anything that maybe they're not just total grifters.
Official signage?
Yeah, anything about the bridge that may be if you go to a toll road, there's clearly a toll built and it's this is not highway robbery.
Over here, you can see a kind of what you assume to be a hastily constructed, sturdy fence. You have some big stone walls with a big wooden door over here, big stone walls with a big wooden door over here, and this very nice looking bridge with this priest going. For each of you fine looking individuals, I'm gonna say, what do we got here? hey, Father Beetler, what are we charging folks nowadays? And the other priest goes, hey, we're charging them 50 gold a person to cross.
That's ridiculous.
Oof.
I'm sorry, have you got any identification, pal?
The priest looks to you, Susan, and goes, I'm not talking to you. You don't get to cross. I'm sorry.
What?
So anyway, for you two living folk, there's a 50 gold to cross.
You can't just talk like that. That is incredibly rude.
It's insensitive.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm offending your beliefs here, but we follow the teachings of Jeebus Crisp, and as Jeebus Crisp hath said in his letters to Hogarth the Floridian, ghosts, ghouls, skeletons, and apparitions, those unholiest of creatures, can fuck right off.
I've had enough of this. Well, I've got something for you, pal. I'm incorporeal. Try and stop me. And I attempt to float on past.
You attempt to float on past?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay there. Just
okay. Yeah, he's gonna make a grab for you, and grab onto your backpack, of course, which your soul is tied to. So why don't we do an opposed to strength check?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh dang.
Was that meant to be public?
Oh my god. Yeah, I rolled mine publicly.
We're so weak.
So I rolled a 2, and you rolled a 5, and both of us have a -1 to our strength, by the way.
Does nothing happen? Like, we're both just
like he's trying to grab at the bag and he's not doing a great job. You are able to float by him, and that's when this other priest definitely stands in front of you and says, "Hey there, ghosty." He said no crossing for your kind, and we're gonna stick with that plan, or else we're gonna call in the big guns. You know what I'm saying? So why don't you stay on this side of the bridge?
What do they mean?
Stay on this side of the bridge.
I turned to Deborah. I'm gonna be like, what do they mean by big guns? Like a massive Jeebus? What are they gonna do?
Deborah walks up to the other guy and is like, "What do you mean by guns? What's a gun?"
Hey, oh no, what I mean by that is a big show of force. Like a gun, as far as I am concerned, is like a cannon. I've heard someone call a cannon a gun before, and so it's a big show of force. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but I don't have a cannon. But we do have some rather powerful people here who can definitely stop the trees of use.
I need to get past this bridge. Like, I've been searching for a bridge for so long, and they've all been destroyed.
Yeah, you noticed that, right? We figure if we take out the rest of the bridges, everybody's got to come through us. Hey.
That's not very nice.
You're just admitting to public destruction.
Yeah, the destruction of a public property, absolutely. But don't you worry, us Catholics are raking it in.
This is extortion.
We could just go get the authorities.
I don't see no authorities around here. You know what I'm saying?
This is a terrible business plan.
The amount of gold that we have brought in is way more than any of our churches have ever brought in, and I'm talking over years. We have a lot of gold, not on site, by the way. Don't rob us. I guess what I'm saying here, you can either cross the bridge or you can fuck off.
One thing Dabarella hasn't gotten to do a lot, despite being a tabaxi that, in theory, is kind of good at this thing, is she'd be stealthy.
Oh.
Can I attempt to get her to sneak just a little bit further up to see if they're literally the only two, or just to try and figure out what else is there?
So show me where do you want to sneak?
Yeah, just kind of go around this kind of part of the bridge to kind of get up to there.
This priest right here is just standing right there, and it is full daylight. And so I'm gonna need some good bullshit if you're gonna try a stealth check. How are you stealthing?
I just wanted to get on hands and knees and just kind of pretend she's a cat for a little bit, and then just try and walk away.
Meow.
To be fair, to try and sell this more, Grinderbin is very tall. So if they are looking at where the noises are coming out of, that's a lot further away from this cat on all fours.
I'm basically like Amy. I don't want to say no because I try not to say no as much as possible.
You can say no.
It is broad daylight and you are 10 feet away from him, and he, like, both priests can see all three of you right now. So if you just drop down on your hands and knees and crawl, they will see you do that.
All right, can I chuck out, hey, look over there, and then just run?
You can 100% do that. Absolutely.
Cool.
Give me I'll take deception, performance, persuasion.
Performance. Why not?
Sure.
Ooh, it has purr in it. That's the correct choice.
15.
A 15. And so are you just saying, hey, look over there, or are you adding
there's going to be some
that?
flavor. Deborah points over in this kind of general direction, is like, oh, my crisp! It's Jeepers! Look over there!
Oh my crisp.
Oh my crisp.
I want that on the t-shirt.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. For a 15 performance check, they don't believe that Jeebus Crisp is over there, but they do turn their head and look over there.
Amazing.
So here's what's going to happen. We are going to get all of you, just to kind of keep track of everybody's movement, we're going to get all of y'all into combat.
Sure.
And this, no one's fighting yet. This is just to track initiative and to see what happens.
Ooh, synthetic 20.
All right, great.
19.
Nice. I hope we're going first. We got 18, 19, and 20.
So Grinderbin, you get to go first. And so what I will say is Dabarella kind of, pre-initiative, you say, holy crisp, look over there. And both of these priests are looking in that direction. What? Jeebus, that doesn't sound right. I don't think he'd be over there, but I'll just look over there anyway because you said the name of my god. All right. So now they're looking over there. Grinderbin, what are you doing?
First, definitely look over there. Be like, oh, what is it? And then be like, I don't see any. And then look back at Dabarella, probably like doing something like.
Yeah, Dabarella's probably in mid, just at the starting line here.
It's like, oh, that was a good one. That's a distraction. Bump this. Let's get a move on. I'm gonna while they're facing the other way, gesture to Susan. And I'm going to be like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay, great. So you are now on the other side of that fence. What you see on the other side of that fence is some turned over carts, some more, general stuff, perhaps some of the loot that they've taken from passerbys. You see a lot of flotsam in the river. Anything else that you're doing?
That's my movement. I have one other action. Instead of moving further, can I make a perception check?
Sure. Go ahead.
Want to see if it looks like there are more people hiding here. It's a total of 17.
Oh my lord, that's a very good perception check. I guess, pardon me. What I will say here is that you're picking up on some of their context clues, that there are more of them, that they come from a church. What I will give you for that here is I'm going to move your character a little bit. And you can see on the other side of that cart a priest with a large, a T-shaped wooden mallet, seemingly in the middle of a prayer.
Oh boy! Turn. This is a fence, so you can kind of see through it.
That's a large fence. No, you cannot see through it.
Oh, okay.
But and it's taller than you.
Well, I cannot make any gestures to anybody because they can't see me. So I guess I'm done then.
Okay. So this isn't necessarily combat, like I said. So what we're going to do here is Father Beetler, whose name you know, I'm going to have him do a perception check on his roll. And I will make this a public roll. That is a 12. That is a 12, which is not higher than Dabarella's performance check. And so for his perception, he is still like, what's going on over? I was pretty sure she said it was over here. So I'm going to say he continues to look over at the water for his turn, which will take us to Dabarella.
I am doing what I said I would do, and that is making my way up to about, that's probably too many meters. 1, 2. I think I can get to about there.
Okay. You can get to about there. You are on one end of, kind of this dilapidated cart. You can see Grinderbin kind of hiding behind that fence there. Anything else?
Yeah, Dabarella was going to do like turn. Like trying to sign to Grinderbin, like, is there people further up, like, her attempt at just being like, what that way?
Okay, if you're doing that, that's great. Let's see what Dabarella understands. Give me, let's see here. Grinderbin, give me, I'll allow just about anything for you. Like whether you want to do, a sleight of hand check to see if you do the signals correct, performance.
I can't argue for nature, can I?
You haven't given me any argument yet, but so I doubt it. But what do you got? What kind of bullshit do you have for nature?
My thought being like just trying to give like feelings and emotions and like danger, warning, yikes, like things that are like shared between all living creatures versus like trying to get the nuance of like, it's a large man holding a cross as a
That's an interesting way to justify that.
But I feel like nature a lot of times is just like, well, what's this grass? Like not necessarily the nature of like people.
Yeah. No. And by the way, I love that bullshit. And by the way, if you were playing a character with humanoid facial features, I might even allow it. But because you don't have emotions on your face, I will not allow it. But I love that bullshit. That's beautiful.
100% valid.
Great. Okay. Great. Great.
We're just do performance. 8.
Grinderbin's performance was lackluster. But what I'm going to say is Grinderbin's performance basically was just him pointing in that direction in an excited way. He probably doesn't have time to talk. And so what I'm going to say is, given the context of the situation, you understand that near the other side of that cart is danger. But that will also be the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Susan, you are now left alone in front of the two priests who are looking in your direction.
I've been left in a weird situation because as Grinderbin left, which I haven't forgotten, you gestured towards me as they turned and you ran off, and then Dabarella ran off. And they're looking directly at me. Like,
they sure are.
What the fuck do you want me to do? So Susan's has a choice to make here. I can either wait it out and try and talk my way out of this, which isn't really one of Susan's strong points, or I could donk them on the head. So
I'm off for a dunk.
But that starts combat, and I only have half health. And you explained this, Jack, but I noticed that there are 2 buildings with doors.
Yes.
Directly next to this place.
You would assume kind of like bigger bridges would have kind of areas to store goods for guards to stay in, like that sort of thing. So yeah, these are basically tiny buildings on the side.
Emphasis on the phrase guards to stay in.
That can happen.
It could be a thing. Fuck, Jack. I say Jack. Guys, you've left me.
They did. They left you without properly communicating. That's 100% what they did.
We pulled the Sigma.
We're not good at communication. It's not our strongest suit.
That's what Mortimer's for.
Susan's going to cast Quickened Healing, which as an action you can spend 2 key points and roll a martial arts die. You gain a number of hit points equal to that number. So I'm going to heal myself, just like with this, like, and be like, Jublus Cresp has blessed me in your presence. I must be a good ghost.
Yes!
Isn't that wonderful?
Wonderful.
It's so wonderful.
Praise be.
Praise be.
Yeah.
Aw.
Great.
Okay, so 5. You get, 5 points is still 5 points.
I'm on 29 health now. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, and so like, you strike a monk-esque pose, and all of the sudden your spirit is filled with this glowing visage as Susan knows that you have like channeled your chi to retain some energy. Now what I need is some sort of check for you. So I'll allow a lot of things here. Tell me how you want to flavor this as far as how you are going to deceive that. Like, are you using deception? Are you using performance? Hell, like if you want to, use athletics and do a cartwheel, like give me some bullshit here and we'll see how they react to this information.
So the thing is, all of the things I could feasibly use to bullshit bamboozle these boys are all in stats that I am absolutely garbo in. So
awesome.
Like persuasion -1, deception -1. So I guess I can't really see any other way of me doing it, because the way I did it before was I'm trying to convince them that like Jeebus Crisp is blessing me and is showing his appreciation. So I'm gonna straight up just go for deception, because I feel like that's what makes the most sense.
Okay.
And just take the roll for what it is.
All right. So this is a -1. Ooh, that is a flat 10. That is a flat 10. So, you do your pose, you glow with radiant energy, and you tell them that, Jeebus Crisp, I actually think you pronounced his name wrong, is healing you, so you're a good ghost. And this priest just looks at you and goes, I saw you do the martial arts thing. I understand how monks work. You channeled your ki. I understand that, I'm not a huge dummy. I'm not the smartest guy, but I feel more insulted that you thought you could get away with that. Now, in any case, I can't talk to you because some other person said that Jeebus Crisp was out by the river, and I'm looking over there.
Oh, okay.
Anything else you're doing on your turn?
Are they strictly in combat? So if I try and move, are they going to get an attack of opportunity on me?
They are not necessarily in combat. We're doing initiative order just to, keep track of who does what where.
I would like to move over here.
Okay.
Away from the priests, and also so I get more of a, like, I can lean, if as much of ghosts can lean, to see down the path to see if I can see what Grindabin and Dabarella are doing.
Sure. I like that. Yeah, and so like you see a little further down the bridge there, you can see Dabarella is doing her, like, she's trying to communicate with Grindabin, like, what's going on? You cannot see Grindabin behind the fence, but you can see Dabarella communicating with who you assume is Grindabin.
As long as Susan knows that they're not just running, that gives me a better idea of what the plan might have been. So
sure.
I'll take that. Yeah, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, great. Yeah, and because it appeared to this priest as if you were leaving the bridge, what I'm going to say is he's not going to swing at you. He's like, yeah, that's right, get out of here, ghost. In any case, I gotta check out this river. So this, let's give this priest a little intelligence check here, real quick. Oh, he is not a smart man. So he is going to spend his turn. He's going to head to the edge of the bridge here and kind of peer over the side and just be like, I don't see anything out there. I don't know, Father Beetler. I think that cat might have been messing with us. I don't know what's going on. So that brings us back to Grinderbin.
Okay, so I don't know where Susan is.
You cannot see where Susan is.
Shoot. Okay. Dang. Well, this might still work. Are y'all up for a bad idea?
Always. Jesse,
Okay.
those words are so sweet.
Grinderbin will walk forward towards this person.
Okay, so you walk forward and you see an elderly priest holding a very large T-shaped mallet, and he's kind of, he's down on his knees, amongst these boxes, seemingly in prayer.
Oh no. Okay. Metagaming, I have sneak attack. This is exactly when I would use it. Not metagaming. I absolutely want to talk to this person. And
You have a plus in religion, you'll be fine.
I'm gonna go. Grinderbin leans in and goes, "Excuse me. Looks like Father. Was his name Beatimus? Grinderbin has a better memory than I do. But if you rule I don't remember, then that's fine.
Ooh, okay, you can have a history check. You can have it with advantage.
It was 21 anyway.
Oh, that's a 21. Okay, yeah.
That's 26 now.
26.
Oh.
Okay, yes. Then Grinderbin can remember, because Grinderbin would be good at remembering names, as he's a business mushroom. Father Beetler.
Okay. Grinderbin goes, "Hey, Father Beetler's gonna need your help. It looks like somebody just passed the ghost back there isn't willing to pay."
Interesting. So this priest kind of, what I'm going to say here is this priest. Slowly gets up, maybe uses this T-shaped mallet to help him up. And he goes, "There, a ghost tried to get past the bridge?"
No, someone just after the ghost. They're not paying.
Someone after the ghost? Maybe I don't understand what you're saying, son. Why don't you slow it down a little for me?
All right, so if you go up there, there's someone who's not paying to get across the bridge. But it's not the ghost. There's another person back there at the bridge. I'm trying to tell you to go walk over there to help them. That's what I'm going for here. Also, Jesse has already forgotten Father Beatimus's name.
Beetler.
You just told Beetler. So Father Beetler.
Okay. Oh, man.
I'm wording this to try and use persuasion rather than deception.
Oh, right. And I can feel your metagame so hard.
I'm trying.
You are, because you're saying technically what I'm saying isn't deceiving anyone. So, but because of the way you are technically talking, this priest is like, "What the hell are you saying?" I just rolled a general intelligence check for this priest. We rolled pretty darn low.
Okay.
What I'm going to say is the impression that you get is that this priest is highly suspicious of you.
That's fair.
And so he's like, "All right, I'll go check it out." And because he's highly suspicious of you, he yells down the bridge.
No.
"Father Bell! Father what? Lock down the bridge for a moment. We might have something to take care of." And he says, "Thank you for alerting me." And we're going to get him into the combat order now. Anything else that you're doing on your turn, Grinderbin?
I don't know. I think I yucked it up pretty well for all of us. That might be...
You yucked it up?
Yeah, I yucked it up pretty well.
All right. That's fair.
So.
Now that the one priest has, gone to the edge, doesn't see anything, has called out the fact that they don't see anything, Father Beetler is going to make a perception check with advantage. There we go. And Father Beetler is definitely has noticed that Susan, the ghost, the one that they didn't want to go through, is seemingly running away. And so Father Beetler's like, I think this cat was just trying to skip the fair here. And then he, with their perception check, definitely notices Dabarella on the other side of him and goes, "Hey, you can't get out of these tithings." And is going to head towards Dabarella and is going to fight Dabarella.
What?
You got to give us some money, cat. And Dabarella does a 24 hit you.
My armor class is 18, so yes.
All right, great. Let's do some normal damage. 15 damage to Dabarella. So this priest pulls out like a very heavy-looking spiked mace and just whacks you across the head. And it's like, maybe you feel like giving us some money now, cat. We're here for the tithings to Jeebus Crisp. And then, Dabarella, it's your turn next.
Dabarella goes, "Ow! Before you go any further, I have a question.
All right.
How do you feel about the black-eyed Susans in Pimpernel?"
Oh, we didn't like them much. They're part of the reason we left Pimpernel. Black-eyed Susans. There was a crazy war happening over in Pimpernel. The flora folk, the fauna folk. There were street battles. Pimpernel has been looking pretty bad lately. It's a war zone over there. So we 22 skidooed on out.
Me and my friends here, we were the ones that started some trouble up in there for the black-eyed Susans. If they're an enemy of you, they're an enemy of us, and that makes us friends. And I think we could work together to figure something out here.
You started the war in Pimpernel?
I don't know what happened after we were there. We got out of there pretty fast, but they were some not nice people.
We got like bombed out of our homes because the flora folk and the fauna folk have been fighting there nonstop.
We didn't start that. We just stole some shit from them.
This is not going to convince me to stop fighting you, is what I will tell you.
I don't know what other choice we have here.
I mean, the world, there's a ton of options, but you do whatever you feel like you have to.
I don't want to have to kill them, but they're also not being that nice, so...
They're big jerks, absolutely.
I don't have proof that they killed the people that are dead in the river, but Jack has insinuated it. So,
Father Beetler's like, I'm gonna kill you like I killed that guy in the river.
Oh, good. Okay, well, I don't feel so bad.
Conscious clean.
Oh boy. Oh, if it's one thing I like, I like getting money, but I also like killing people who don't give me money.
Like that guy right there.
Like that guy right there, whom I killed with this mace.
Frying pan, 11.
11 does not hit Father Beetler. I apologize. So yeah, you swing your frying pan and he's, you gotta be faster than that to hit Father Beetler.
And then she attacks again because she can. 14.
Oh, that was fast enough. Dang it.
7 damage.
7 damage. Oh, ha-cha-cha. That stung. You fight with the frying pan? That's, not a normal weapon. I don't like that.
I'm going to give him a bonk and say, you hit me, so I hit you back. I'm going to leave. And then... just so she can be closer back to Susan.
Oh my gosh. I'm not sure if mushrooms sweat, but... seeing Dabarella just walk further away and be like,
it's a very fine balance here.
Very fine balance. Give me performance, persuasion, or deception to see if he believes you that you're leaving. To see if he tries to swing at you whilst you leave.
I think he takes a swing.
He's absolutely taking a swing at you as you walk away. And that does not hit though. He's get up. Oh, that's right. I'll teach you a lesson. You get out of here. You got to pay me to cross this bridge. That's his voice, a little high pitched. That's him. The more aged of the priest who is talking to Grinderbin. Oh, excuse you.
Pardon me.
Yep, pardon me. So he's gonna come right here, talk to this priest, and go, Father Beetler, what seems to be the problem? Oh, none of these guys have paid us, and a ghost tried to get across too. Now the ghost is hightailing. Now that cat's leaving because I hit her with my mace, like you taught me to. But there's still one over here that didn't pay. And so he's like, oh, didn't pay. All right, we'll make sure we take care of anyone who doesn't pay, and is going to head back towards Grinderbin.
Just real fast, I just want to interject.
Yeah.
Grinderbin did say someone didn't pay. Beetler never said it was the mushroom that didn't pay.
From this priest's viewpoint, he could see two people running away and a third person who he passed.
All right, that's valid.
And so it's like I always welcome challenges if you have them, but sometimes your bullshit's not going to work.
100%, and I support this stomping of the bullshit.
And then this one is going to spend a little more movement to kind of get in front of you, Grinderbin.
Oh, well, that guy's got some movement.
He's using up all of his chutzpah here. If you would, so Grinderbin, he did pass you, is what I'm going to say.
Okay,
he did pass you. If you would like to do anything with that information,
well. He's further away from me now, so I'm more comfortable with that. So
he's gonna pass you again, get on this side of the bridge, put down his large T-shaped club, and say, "Now here's the thing, son. If you want to pass this bridge, you got to give us some money. You can either walk back where you came from, or you can give us some money, or I can hit you with this big T. It's up to you."
Just give him a little bit at this point. Honestly, we've got so much money.
It's the principle.
It is the principle of the thing.
They've killed people. Now that I know, it's like, I can't actively fund criminals.
That's fair.
That's up to you. You get to make these decisions. That's the power that Jeebus Crisp gives us all. So then what's going to happen, Grinderbin, you will see this, is another priest comes into your area and kind of, gets lockstep with the elder priest. And then we will head back to Susan. Susan, Dabarella is now running in your direction. Dabarella has gotten hit by a priest. What are you doing over there?
So I have a bit of a funky plan, and I'm not sure how this is gonna pan out, but we'll see.
Based on our two previous plans, not well.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm hoping for slightly better than absolute fail. So let's first of all, Susan, the two priests in front. Susan wants to try and intuit. Are they actually religious to Jeebus Crisp, or is it a front to get money?
Ooh, okay, sure. I guess something you would know in general. I think something, people in general have a knowledge of other religions that aren't their own. So you would know that the Church of Jeebus Crisp is a real religion. As far as so you can do insight, you can do a religion check if you want. Religion check or insight or what were you thinking to?
Yeah, I was thinking of
information.
Can insight more of like you were suggesting, do I know about this religion? Do I know if the religion has similar things to Christianity, like sins and stuff like that? And are these people actual followers? Have I seen other people like that? Like, I can roll insight if you want. I'm fine with that because it's got a +9.
Oh shit.
Do it.
Great.
Nice.
Oh my
There
god.
we go, baby. That's the one.
Son
That's the good
of
shit.
a bitch. That is a 23 insight check for Susan. So Susan, what you know is that the Church of Jeebus Crisp is a established religion in the land of Angundari. Jeebus Crisp, you would know as the god of punishment and status. And so you 100% believe that these are real priests who believe that the crimes that they are committing are just within their religion.
But say, Jeebus Crisp was to come down and say what they were doing was wrong, they wouldn't be like...
Oh, okay. Jeebus Crisp, as far as the gods are concerned, there's a lot of gods. There are creation gods, as you know. You follow you follow Karen, god, the god of death. Who's not necessarily like a benevolent god, but just kind of rules over this domain of passing from life to death. Jeebus Crisp is the one. Jeebus Crisp gets their holy power from punishment, from like people who don't follow the rules, and so there is probably a realm in which Jeebus Crisp could punish them for not following the rules correctly, but that's
interesting.
Up in there.
You've given me everything I need to know from that.
Okay, great.
I cast command at 2nd level.
Oh, okay.
You speak one word command to a creature you can see within range. It cannot force them to do harm to themselves, but you speak one word order. So the word I'm going to choose is repent.
Oh.
And I'm going to try and make it sound like it's the voice of Jeebus Crisp coming from inside their minds.
All right. Well, yeah, and with your high insight check, I'm gonna say you can kind of determine what a godly voice of Jeebus Crisp would sound like. They have to succeed at a wisdom saving throw of 17. Both of these priests fail their wisdom saving throws.
There we go.
Yes. And so all of the sudden, repent. And they, especially going along with Dabarilla's, look, it's Jeebus Crisp. Oh, crap. We've been stealing from people when we probably should have been helping them. Crap. And both of them drop to their knees and start praying heavily, if that can be a proper adjective here. Let's see if there is a pray. No, there's no. There we go. He starts praying. He starts praying. There we go. Boom. They are now praying.
Incredible.
Oh, yeah, both of them are looking to the floor, deep in prayer to Jeebus Crisp.
As they fall to their knees, Susan just smugly tries to float past them. That's my movement, and I'm done.
Yeah, perfect. That's great. Right now, we're going to cut back over near Grinderbin. Grinderbin, you see another priest show up and kind of have this older priest's back. There are 3 priests in front of you, and you have been told by what you can assume to be the leader to pay, leave, or get smacked.
I hear some amount of commotion behind me.
Yes.
And I see Susan coming towards.
Let's see here.
Because I can actually see her now.
You can see that from your perspective, correct?
All right, so it looks like my initial plan was we were going to have to go backwards, but it looks like if she's coming this way and Dabarilla's still there, I'm going to assume that we need to go forward.
Okay.
I'm going to pull out my waterfowl language umbrella.
Okay.
And I am going to cast Shatter. Sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from a point of your choice within range. So I'm going to cast it right here.
Ooh,
so those 3 need to make a Constitution saving throw.
What do I have to beat?
17.
Okay, one beats.
All right, cool.
Is that damage?
Yes.
Dang.
Plus.
Oh, plus.
All right. 18 damage to the 3
What?
that
Ooh.
missed.
Crap.
And
All right.
8 damage to the one that made it.
So what you'll notice, Grinderbin, is that the 2 priests who showed up behind this main priest seem to, they cover their ears. They're taking the brunt of this damage. The main priest, is a little shaken, but doesn't do much. This has a vocal component. What is? How are you initiating the shatter spell?
Oh. I don't really. I think about it in like language of like for stuff like this, just like the old magical language.
Okay.
So more of like a Scooby-Doo-Rop. You shouldn't charge people for reasons. Oh, I don't have something that rhymes with that. For bad reasons. This is bad. Don't kill people. Bah. Okay, and then it goes. I have no.
Just that older priest, that older priest is a little shaken. Just like, you're kind of bad at this, aren't you?
It just comes out. Like usually I don't have to say a thing. I'm not used to this. It's kind of new for me. I just learned to spell.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we all learn, and it's important to have patience while you're learning. That's what Jeebus Crisp teaches us.
You seem a lot more rational. Maybe you shouldn't be like doing this kind of stuff, but
we need money for the church. This is a good way to get money.
I can't, I guess murder is effective, but not moral. So,
well, morality is one of those perspective things. I feel like this is a greater good situation. You obviously don't, and that's fine. It's okay that we have differences. It's okay that we have differences of opinions. So in any case, I'm going to hit you with my big T now.
Well, I'm going to wish you bad luck on that.
Fair. That's fair.
And hope that you come to a realization that this is a bad idea. And then I'm going to take my movement action to take some steps back.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because I'm not the frontline fighter.
So that gets us over to Dabarella. What you have witnessed is Susan in an unnatural, I mean, obviously Susan's a ghost, but like in an even more unnatural voice just says, repent, 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 repent. These 2 priests immediately drop to their knees and start praying. Grinderbin, you hear Grinderbin like have a incredibly loud, if somewhat rambly noise that shakes the bridge. Now it is back to you. What are you doing here?
Dabarella is gonna just get a little bit closer to Susan and go, "You are so badass!" Because one thing that I'd love to note is Dabarella is just really inspired by Susan. Like, Dabarella is learning to become a cleric, and she's just coming into this kind of magical ability. And everything she's seen Susan do up to this point, she just thinks is the coolest thing ever. She just thinks she's the bee's knees. And so she just really respects this ghost and this woman, and wants to kind of emulate what she's done. She's gonna look at Susan and go, "I want you to do what you did before. I'm gonna run really fast, and you gotta do the thing you did to make them pray."
That sounds like a solid plan, I think. Let's go.
Dabarella.
Like Mario jumps.
Let's go.
Mario jump, or Mario floats so you can grab me.
Dabarella picks Susan up from the backpack to kind of lift her overhead, almost, can I say, cross style?
I was imagining more like Dirty Dancing, like you've got me up,
like you had the time of your life.
No, yes. I thought that in my head originally, and then I went, wait, no, like we're about to cross a bridge of Catholics.
Okay.
That would be terrifying.
So, Dabarella, your plan is to grab Susan's backpack and run her across the bridge.
I've got action surge and I've got dash. I can get pretty far.
Okay. Okay, so you do that. Let's have your without dash. Let's get your first movement done, just for the way in which this is about to work.
Where can I get to? About like there.
So 5, 10, or so you were here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can get one more square.
Here.
Okay, so Susan is going to come with you. Boom, there. And here we can finally utilize here's Dirty Dancing style. Susan. Susan is above you being held. So beautiful. Susan, you float. You can float over land. You don't have legs. But you have found it strangely difficult to get over this river specifically. So 5, 10, 15, so 20 feet. You have made it 20 feet over the river. So Susan, you take 13 damage.
What?
Oh, no.
Susan, why don't you give me an insight check?
That's bad. I'm on 16 health. Still an 11.
Okay.
Ouch.
For an 11, I'm not going to give you the specifics, but you are a ghost, and a ghost in general, is usually considered an unholy creature. There are certain rules that ghosts have to follow by, and you are putting together that the Catholics have taken over this bridge. It's very possible they have blessed the water, which is why you are having a hard time crossing it. Dabarella, you don't necessarily notice that, so let's have you take your dash action now.
Stop moving! You're gonna kill me!
She can't communicate to me that she's not gonna start yelling?
Not quite yet. You are a fast cat. So after your first dash action, we'll see where we're at.
How far does that get me?
That gets you another 30 feet.
I want to stop in front of them, to be honest. Oh,
okay.
God. So, about there. I don't want to get any further than that.
Okay. All right, so Susan, you take another 2 damage.
Oh, my God.
That was a pretty light one right there.
Thank God. That could have killed me.
So yeah, Susan, as you are, being hoisted across this water, you are crossing a holy threshold, basically. And so you are feeling your energy kind of leave your body. For perspective, though, you are more than halfway across. You only have 15-ish more feet, 15, 20-ish more feet to get all the way across the water.
What I will do is I will communicate that I'm in pain to Dabarella. I'm not sure how I would do that in a short amount of time. It'd be like, that's not good. That feels bad in my ghostly spine. Go for it? Question mark. I don't know.
Fuck it. Dabarella is gonna try her damnedest to do what Susan did in the hopes of getting her across. And she's going to yell in her own voice, "Repent!" as she action surges to get across the bridge.
And you don't have command, right?
No, God, no.
You're just trying to emulate.
She's just trying to emulate. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, beautiful.
Okay, that is beautiful. So you yell. So as you're carrying Susan, you are running past these priests, and you yell, "Repent!" at them, and they just look at you like, "What?" As you pass this priest with the large club, he smashes it down. You are able to run past it. You are able to repent, and he's just like, "What? No, what? Give us money." And so you are able then, with your action surge, to make it another 30 feet. So that gets you all the way to the other side of the bridge. Susan, you take 5 damage.
Oh, thank fuck.
The D4s were with you on this one. As a fun thing, it was a D4 for every 5 feet he went across.
As Dabarella was going across, she was going, "Repent for being meanies!" And
as we get across, Susan's now kind of has lost 3/4 of her health, so it's kind of slumped over, and as her head, Davridas is here, as her head meets hers, she's looking at it and goes, that was pretty good. Put me down, please.
Thank you. I'm so sorry.
So like, you did good. You're a fantastic cleric. That was powerful.
Deborah gets very emotional at that. She's not prepared.
I feel a bit sick. If ghosts can.
Sure, ghosts can get sick. Why not? All right, you put Susan down. The main priest sees each of you on either side of the bridge, and is like, "Oh, yeah," and makes his way towards Grinderbin.
Yeah, so watches you two just go, repent, and just zoom on past and just sit here on the bridge, completely surrounded.
The priest gets over to Grinderbin, once again swings his mighty club, and Grinderbin, it's a very slow weapon, so it has a big enough charge up time where you are very easily able to sidestep. Oh, quite moving so fast.
If he misses, it does activate my armor.
So then your armor says, Jeebus crisp, more like Jeebus miss. Am I right? Hey!
Nice.
Oh, what? Grinderbin, it is your turn. You have a now very angry looking older man right in front of you.
Yeah, I'm really not cool with all the murder and extortion you're doing right now, but I'm supernaturally compelled to go elsewhere, so we're gonna have to put a pin on this. And
supernaturally compelled? What?
Grinderbin will cast Shield on himself.
Okay.
Until the start of your next turn, you have a +5 bonus to your AC.
Oh, all right.
And then we'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Start running. That's all I can do.
Okay. Well, I think that +5 is going to come into play.
I sure hope so, because I'm about to get wailed on.
You are 100% about to get wailed on. It is this priest's turn next.
I'm not going to win the fight by myself, and everybody else is too far. So this is my best chance, I think.
This priest pulls out a big old mace. Oh, definitely hits.
Are you sure?
Because that is a natural 20, my friend.
All right,
so this priest pulls out a spiked mace and just says, "You will pay for your tithes in blood." This priest does 21 damage.
Oh my gosh!
Then I believe it's Susan's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move here so I can see the two guys. I'm going to use command at level 2.
Okay.
Which is my final level 2 slot. And I'm going to cast it on those two guys, that one and that one. Susan's going to point towards them, and with the voice of Jeebus Crisp, it's going to say, "Skedaddle."
Skedaddle?
Skedaddle. It's one word. You've got to command it with one word. Skedaddle, to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You can absolutely, or you are going to absolutely do that, though. I should point out that I have explained to you how the river works, and you have stepped out back over the river.
Am I going to go, hey, I'm going to help, and just collapse?
Oh, you take 3 damage.
Okay, I need to not do that again. I'm on 4 health.
I watched you and I'm like, no, Susan, no.
So it's more like it's a limp forward. Oh, skedaddle.
Hold on. Now I need wisdom saving throws. They need to beat a 17. Oh, okay. One rolls a natural 1, and
buddy.
the other
Nice.
gets a 15. So both fail, and they both turn around and look to you and go, "Skedaddle, that's old timey talk."
That's Old Testament.
That's Old Testament.
And they just jump
and
off the
both,
bridge.
Basically, yeah. They're one's gonna run this way, one's gonna run this way, and skedaddle as best they can. Dabarella, that brings us back to you once again. Susan, steps over the river. You see Susan go, ugh. Skedaddle, and the two priests, because of Susan's holy power, part. What are you doing?
Susan, you're so cool, but you're getting hurt. So I'd like to pull her back out of the water, to come back, like maybe to about here, and just drag her back. Okay, I'd like to use Cure Wounds then. 5.
All right, 5. So Susan, you go up by 5. Dabarella sees your holy power and does her best to emulate it. Dabarella, what are you saying when you cure wounds?
She touches her and she goes, "Friendship is magic."
Ooh, thanks. My bones feel slightly less cold.
Oh, you're welcome.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, that brings us. So these two are skedaddling. This priest walks right up to you, Grinderbin, and is just like, "I'm not sure what devilry you're bringing to my bridge, son, but I will not stand for it." All right, that's a mighty miss. So once again, this is like when you have the heavy weapon in Dark Souls, and you really take the swing, and so like Grinderbin, you're just kind of casually walking around him, swinging his giant wooden club.
Hope, more like nope.
You got him. And now you're making fun of me. Ooh, I'll get you.
Technically, that wasn't me. It was the armor.
Grinderbin, then it's your turn.
All right. The way is parted, so I don't have to spend more time casting things. So let's double move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. 5. Oh, no, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 6. Let's go. Keep running. Wow, you guys did some really good moves there. I'm assuming that was you sending them apart and running. That was incredible. We should keep going, though.
Yeah, Dabarella carried me, literally and figuratively, yes.
Susan's really cool, though.
Oh, yeah, that was incredible.
Let's move.
All right. You all run away from the bridge, hearing 2 small splashes as you run away, as the 2 priests finish up their skedaddling, and you head off into the wilderness, not looking behind you. The Catholics live to fight another day. So the 3 of you continue traveling. Basically, you have gotten Susan across the river, which is like the one thing that she could not do by herself. It nearly cost Susan her second life, but you did it. And so what I'm going to say is you're going to travel for a couple days here.
Right.
So you all can get a long rest in, a couple long rests, but click your long rest button, get back up to full.
I feel like as they're walking along towards the thing, Deborah will just go, "I really feel like that could have gone better."
Yeah, probably.
When we get across just some housekeeping stuff, I do want to send a letter. Like I'll pay good money for the letter because that's real. Of like carrier pigeon or scrying messenger, whatever, to get a message to Sigmar.
Oh,
and be like, hey, so the Catholics have yucked up all the bridges except this one where they're extorting people to cross it. So if you want to maybe find someone who will take care of that.
Ooh, okay, great. Yeah, so as you're traveling, what I'll say is like you come across a couple like trading outposts, and so you are able to send a courier. Obviously, you have plenty of money. So yeah,
one
you're
that
able
has a
to.
boat. because I don't want to have to go back across the bridge to send this message.
Fair.
Just a postman trying to cross the bridge. I'm sorry.
They got to pay every time. Okay, yeah, 100%. You can 100% send a message back to the Adventurers Nightclub, care of Sigmar, warning him and possibly the local authorities of this egregious effort. I love it. Dabarella and Grinderbin, you start slowing your pace as mentally you feel like you are getting close to that cabin. Maybe like there's a part of your mind that knows you're getting close, so you're dilly-dallying a little bit. You're having a very good time getting to know Susan, and obviously getting your letter out. It's been a couple days hike. Okay, so we're gonna say this is maybe mid-morning, like late morning, between a breakfast and lunch. As you are walking in one area, all of a sudden, Dabarella and Grinderbin, you kind of stop in your tracks and take a hard left off the road. Susan, I assume you're following.
Following, or I'm ahead, jauntily going, what? As I turn around.
Then you quickly turn around, and you all come to this scene. Now, Dabarella and Grinderbin, what you see is a vast field littered with dead branches and dead trees. You see a little well with a fawn person, a deer person, a literal fauna folk, standing by the well. And Dabarella and Grinderbin, you see a cabin in the distance. Now, Susan, you don't see the cabin. All you see is a patch of empty grass.
Oh
no. Susan, you do not see the cabin, but you do notice a deer person, a fawn person standing by the well, maybe, pulling up a bucket of water. The fawn person doesn't seem to notice you.
Does this area seem quite remote? Like there's basically in the woods somewhere.
You are very far off the beaten path, and there just seems to be a well and a deer person here. Yeah.
Is it just a well in the middle of nowhere? That's weird.
All right, turn to Dabarella and be like, I'm pretty sure that's the cabin.
That's the spooky house. Susan, I'm scared.
Of what?
And so this deer person notices you. And walks up to you and says, "Why have you come here?"
That's a good question. Turns to the rest of the team. I get with the fawn on the fawn side. Yeah.
Be like, well, I like go to scratch like the back of their head, but end up like just kind of fiddling with the staff.
Dabarella just points. She doesn't say anything. She just points at the general direction of the cabin.
Like, yeah, we have. I mean, it's a real long story, but there's that cabin there that has some sort of unfinished business with us, and we don't know what it is, and we're very worried about it. You know anything about that cabin?
You've come for the cabin?
Kind of. I don't know if there's a correct way to answer that.
Drudge can't let you in the cabin.
Oh no, who's Drudge?
I'm Drudge.
Oh, okay. Well, pleasure to meet you, Drudge.
What cabin?
I'm Grinderbin. And go for a handshake.
You go for a handshake. Drudge disappears. As soon as Drudge disappears, you notice the entire world around you start to fade in and out. And what happens here is, let's see here, Dabarella, roll me a d6.
1.
Easy peasy. Great. What your characters notice is you are no longer in the field on a mountainside. You are what appears to be in a posh city. There are buildings all around you. You are in the middle of a street with stuff littered all over the place. There is a big statue, ornate statue in front of you. These are tall buildings all around you. And in the distance, coming through a misty fog, you see something that looks eerily like a giant vampire.
A giant vampire. Oh, good. Not just a small one.
And be like, what? Where'd the cabin go? Where did we go?
And Susan, you are seeing all of this as well.
Right. Well, I'm out. Where's the exit door? It starts looking around.
I don't know, but as soon as you find it, let me know. I want to go too.
And that is it. That is it for this week. Adventures Nigh Side Quest. You found the cabin. Now you just have to get inside. Thanks everybody for watching and or listening to this. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.